What is it about the blackness above our heads that pulls at human curiosity? For as long as people have looked up at the night sky, the stars have whispered possibilities. Questions about what lies beyond our world and whether one day humans might venture outward have shaped centuries of wonder, myth, and scientific drive. Let's start this exploration of space exploration, not with rockets or satellites, but with words that capture that burning desire to reach beyond. Man must rise above the earth, to the top of the atmosphere and beyond, for only thus will he fully understand the world in which he lives. Speech. There's something in that. The urge to understand requires not just observation, but movement. Lifting ourselves physically beyond our world is a way to see ourselves more clearly. It's an act of both ambition and humility. Centuries before engines and control panels, ancient thinkers used mathematics and poetry to imagine the cosmos. The Roman philosopher Lucretius described the infinite nature of space. Nothing in the universe is born unique, and nothing unique can last. Philosophy, the longing for knowledge, the sense that our place in the universe is just a fragment of something infinitely bigger, echoes through his words. Even before telescopes, thinkers were driven to understand what lay beyond immediate sight. The spark of actual exploration comes much, much later. Here's how a human voice, 7 decades ago, made history. Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed. Speech. That sentence represents the moment when, after millennia of thinking, hoping, and predicting, humans touched down on another world. In 1969, people all over the planet listened as Neil Armstrong relayed the news that men had arrived on the moon. The journey from abstract wonder to concrete achievement happened in less than a single human lifetime. But let's step backward again. Long before the Eagle has landed, space exploration took its baby steps with objects, not people. In 1957, a metal sphere called Sputnik crossed the night sky. To many who saw it, it was both an emblem of possibility and a symbol of new fears. The launch of Sputnik changed the world overnight. The sky was never the same. Suddenly, the boundary between Earth and outer space felt thin, navigable. One small object orbiting above turned planetary curiosity into a global race. Space was no longer just an idea for scientists and philosophers. It became a political frontier too, a field of competition between superpowers, but also a point of contact that would eventually foster international cooperation. Here's a poetic reflection on that thin blue line between us and the cosmos. Look again at that dot. That's here. That's home. That's us. Philosophy, true literature. The dot here refers to the famous pale blue dot image taken by the Voyager probe from billions of kilometers away. Suddenly, all of Earth, the entire history of humanity, seemed astonishingly small, fragile, and precious. The early decades of human spaceflight were a heady mix of awe and anxiety. The first cosmonaut soaring above the Earth said, "I see Earth. It is so beautiful." Speech. Simple, but transformative. In that moment, the profound strangeness of seeing our planet from above drove home the interconnectedness of all life below. The barriers that divide us on land blur into nothing from the perspective of space. Poetry, too, has always reached for the heavens. Listen to these lines. I feel my immortality oversweep all pains, all tears, all time, all fears, and peal. Poetry. This sense of transcendence felt by the poet in contemplating the universe mirrors the sensation some astronauts describe, the overview effect. Seeing Earth from space changes how they comprehend life itself, how small and interdependent all people and all nations really are. Yet, for all the inspiration, space exploration is also about persistence and repeated effort. The road to even the simplest spaceflight was littered with failure. Rockets exploded. Probes went silent. Mankind's footsteps on the moon were preceded by endless calculations, setbacks, and trial runs. A quote from a famous speech captures the spirit. "We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard." Speech. Audacity is essential to exploration. The willingness to attempt what has never been done is the thread tying together pioneers in every century. The hazards, the expense, the risk of disaster, and they are all accepted costs in the pursuit of knowledge and progress. The space age isn't just about grand missions either. It's about the tools and discoveries that quietly spill over into everyday life. Satellites circling Earth enable global communication, weather prediction, and navigation. Scientific experiments on space stations lead to advances in medicine and materials science. Space exploration is curiosity in service of practical change. Let's reflect through the filter of philosophy again, with these words. The universe is full of magical things patiently waiting for our wits to grow sharper. Literature, philosophy. This gentle challenge to sharpen our wits, to look further, to push past assumptions, is at the very heart of exploration. Our tools and technologies extend the senses. Every telescope or spectrometer is a prosthetic for human curiosity, reaching further into the unknown. But what have humanity's sharpest minds discovered so far? Consider this image. Robotic rovers inching across the rusty plains of Mars, chemical labs small enough to fit into suitcases analyzing Martian soil. Each finding a slow accumulation of data points, revealing that the universe is stranger and more surprising than we ever dreamed. Space exploration is also a generator of hope. It carries the promise of new beginnings, not just escape or conquest. There's a set of lyrics that captures this feeling. Let's hope that future generations will be able to look back and recognize that we lived at a time when people reached for the stars. Lyric speech. This hope is about legacy, a desire that our temporary place in history marks the beginning of something enduring. Maybe one day, school children will marvel at the era when humanity first left its home world for other planets. As space technology advances, the landscape transforms from government-driven ventures to a fresh wave of commercial and private efforts. Today, reusable rockets land themselves quietly on strips of concrete. Engineers and dreamers redesign what's possible, searching for ways to make access to space as routine as air travel. The barriers to exploration are shrinking, while the possibilities multiply. All along, the essential human questions remain the same. What else is out there? Are we alone? What are the origins of life and of the universe itself? Each probe, telescope, and astronauted mission is just another attempt at an answer. Reflections from poetry return, echoing across time. And the stars burn so bright, I wonder, do they watch us too? Poetry. The roles reversed. Humans looking up, imagining the stars as conscious, as curious as we are. It raises an odd comfort, the idea of a dialogue between matter and observer, science and poetry. Back on Earth, space exploration influences more than just science. It seeps into popular culture, inspiring novels, movies, music, even philosophies of stewardship and responsibility for our one small planet. The big picture perspective shifts how we address problems like climate change and resource management. There is nowhere else, not yet. The only home we have is this one. Think about these lines as you gaze skyward tonight. To confine our attention to terrestrial matters would be to limit the human spirit. Philosophy. Exploration, in all its forms, expands not just our knowledge, but our capacity for wonder. The adventure is not only outward, but inward, a transformation of what it means to be human, propelled by hope, daring, and persistent curiosity. So, why does humanity bother reaching for space at all? If we step back and watch the slow arc of our story, it seems inevitable. As long as there have been mysteries above, there have been men and women determined to illuminate, to question, to go farther. Each generation inherits the dreams of the last and builds a slightly longer ladder to the stars. The history of space exploration is a tapestry of failures and triumphs, poetry and mathematics, philosophy and engineering. Rockets may propel us outward, but it's spirit and imagination that make each journey meaningful. One day, perhaps, someone will look back at this era as the moment when curiosity won out over gravity. That story is still being written, on scratch pads in classrooms, in dark control rooms pulsing with light, and in the faint tracks left on distant worlds. The future of exploration belongs to anyone who still looks up and wonders. And that simple act, wondering what else is out there, is the first, most important step on every journey ever taken beyond Earth.